I'd like to ask the Minister for Environment, Food and Agriculture what action he is taking to reduce litter from fast food outlets.
Minister to reply.
Thank you, Mr. President. Full marks for trying, Mr. President. At the outset, I would wish to emphasise the strong commitment of my department to work in partnership with government, local government and the wider community to tackle the scourge of litter on our beautiful island. Whilst many businesses, including fast food outlets, produce waste, it is individuals who cause litter. Whilst litter can be tackled, the only real solution is to educate people to discard waste appropriately. It is the relevant local authorities that have direct responsibility for waste management. The DOI is also active in this area. Their waste management team operate public recycling sites, carry out education in schools, promote green office initiatives and help business and industry. From the perspective of DEFRA, the plastics plan will cover replacement of plastics in waste, but fast food outlets will still have to wrap their products. The issue is therefore only partially plastics, but ultimately littering. It is also important that bins are designed to avoid the removal of waste by wildlife and that we encourage pride in our wonderful island environment, which supports our biosphere accreditation. We must discourage littering and must protect our wildlife. This supports our work to reduce plastics in the sea and environment generally. Initiatives such as Beach Buddies, which the department supports, are important in changing social attitudes to littering. The families who turn out on a weekend to clean our beaches are much less likely to drop litter and much more likely to encourage responsible behaviour in others. At a personal level, I abhor littering of any sort and frankly find it difficult to understand how members of our community act as they do. It is our island, our planet, and we have to look after it.
Supplementary question, Mr. Shimmins.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm grateful for the Minister's reply. Would you agree that the evidence from across the island is that drive-through fast food outlets generate a disproportionate amount of litter which blights our biosphere, and should this be taken into account as we consider future fast food provision?
To reply.
Thank you, Mr. President. As that relates to a live planning application, I would defer answering that at this stage.
Mr. Shimmins. Honourable Member for Douglas Central, Mrs. Corlett.
Thank you, Mr. President. Would the Minister agree with me that we're actually confusing fast food with takeaway food? It's takeaway food outlets that generate packaging. But having said that, it's people that litter. Would the Minister agree that it's possible that if local authorities, who are left with the problem, perhaps had a higher rateable value on takeaway outlets, that might be an answer, as insofar as it would generate extra income for local authorities to invest in litter picking? It's a fair way to do it, as the business would then pass on the cost to the customer, some of whom are causing the problem.
Reply, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. I think you hit the nail on the head. Littering is inevitably the real problem here. There are a lot of other initiatives that take place to reduce littering and educate. I think in terms of the other aspects of your question, we're straying off the initial question.